So again, I'm Callie Crossley. I'm a host of shows like Under the Radar with Callie Crossley and Basic Black at WGBH Radio and TV. Thank you. And I think this is my third time hosting the 20th annual, well, not the 20th annual, but the annual Public Schools Valedictorians Luncheon, but this is the 20th is my point, so that's a big observance. So everybody in this room, extra special, big clap. I want to thank the Boston Harbor Hotel for hosting the program today, because you can't see it yet now, but the spectacular view outside those windows are great, and it will be wonderful for your picture later on. And also a special thanks to the generous sponsors. You can find a complete list of today's sponsors in the program book, and I want you to thank them for their support as well. But right now we have a special video we're going to play for you. Earlier this month, a lot of the special valedictorians who are here, all of them are special, sat down so they could tell you directly about their experience in Boston Public Schools. Here's what they had to say.
My name is Tanya Felice. I go to Boston Day and Evening Academy, and I will be going to Bryn Mawr College this fall.
My name is Tyler Long. I am the valedictorian of Boston Arts Academy, and I will be attending Bucknell University with the Posse Full Scholarship.
My name is Philomena De Silva. I go to New Mission High School, and I will be attending Dartmouth College in the fall of 2018.
My name is Alexander Gritsinen, and I'm currently graduating senior from Boston Green Academy. And my plans for next year are still a bit unclear in terms of college I would like to attend, but it's all in progress.
My name is Jonathan Guerin. I currently attend Boston Latin School, and I will be attending Harvard University in the fall.
My favorite high school memory is from my junior year, when we as junior students back then, had to conduct a research regarding sustainability issues within the city of Boston and its neighborhoods and find possible ways how to solve it. And I was really excited to learn more about it and share it with the people who were also interested and passionate about fixing and improving sustainability within our city.
I think my greatest high school memory has to be when I went on stage and gave my speech to run for the position of class officer secretary. It was always one of my dreams to help run the grade and to help organize and make our grade feel a lot more united and more of a family. So when going up on stage and seeing all of my friends and classmates all in front of me, cheering me on and being super supportive, that was super inspiring.
I think the people. It's like, I'm not a people person, but I still enjoy being surrounded by like such a diverse group of people who all come from like difficult and like very interesting backgrounds.
I'm going to miss the connections with my classmates because we all share a common goal. Because we're all artists, we're all in this community where we're striving to perfect our art. And so being in that community really helped me pursue art and really strive as a musician. And without that, I wouldn't be as good as I am.
My advice for students, for all students, starting with the middle school and even earlier grades, is don't waste your time. Try to manage your time as good as you can, because there is so much stuff to be done, and when you waste your time or you procrastinate, fortunately it might actually ruin your future. So I learned from several personal experiences, and now I am doing my best to fix it.
I think the most important advice I have for younger students is to never think that you're not good enough, and to always try stuff, especially when it comes to college season, you should always apply to the schools you think you want to go to. Even if they seem like a reach, you should never just give up on them and be like, oh, they will never take me. Because you really never know, and you never know what schools were going to accept you.
My advice for younger students is to never stop pushing yourself. Put everything you can on your plate. When an opportunity comes, don't reject it. Even if it does seem impossible, you'll always find a way to overcome it.
I want to thank my mom, my dad for raising me and always being there for me. My friends, I love them so much and they've done so much for me, especially when everything became so chaotic. I want to thank my guidance counselor. He's the best for always giving me opportunities and always like pushing me to do more and be myself and like reach my fullest potential.
I like to thank my mom because she signed me up for my first piano lessons, and I remember when I was pretty young, I didn't want to do them, but I eventually grew to love piano, and without her, I probably wouldn't be at Boston Arts Academy.
I think at this point, the most important guide for me is my mentor. He was my history teacher in school, now one of the most influential people in my life. He was sort of that support. When I started the BDEA, at that time, he was sort of that anchor to keep me there.
So a few teachers have been really, really vital in my high school experience. First of all, the classics teachers at my school, especially the sponsors of the JCL, which is the classics club that I've been a part of for 6 years now. Also, I'd like to thank my Italian teacher, Mrs. Verano, and my other Italian teacher, Mrs. Mayette, because Italian was something that I took a really big step and I really motivated myself to try and learn something new while at Boston Latin School. And they were the ones that really allowed me to foster an incredible appreciation and love for Italian, which I never would have expected going in, but is something that I'm incredibly appreciative of now.
I would say that all my junior year teachers and senior year teachers, all of them, because they all helped me a lot. They helped me to persevere and get over my fear of being an ESL student and being afraid of speaking and presenting myself as a part of the community. They accepted me, and that's what was great about it.
Now, we want to give a special thank you to Mark P. Janowski of the Boston Public Schools for producing that amazing video. We're here celebrating an elite group of young people who've worked so hard to reach the top of their class. It's an amazing accomplishment. All of us in this room salute you. But I know all of you students would agree that you did not achieve your success alone. Along the way, you've been supported by caring adults, many of whom are here with us today. So I'd like to ask all the parents and family members of the valedictorians to please stand. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right. Okay. We are also joined today by headmasters, teachers, and guidance counselors. I want them to stand also and be recognized. Thank you all for your hard work on behalf of these students and all the young people in the Boston Public Schools. Now, I'd like to invite to the podium a man who has made public education a top priority in the city of Boston. He's truly devoted to building better lives for the young people of this city. Please welcome Mayor Martin Walsh.
Thank you very much, Callie, and it's an honor to be here today. This is by far one of my most favorite events of the year because we get to showcase all of our valedictorians in our schools. We get to showcase our schools. We get to showcase you. We get to showcase the diversity. We get to showcase everything that we have great going on in our schools. And the press always covers this event, and there are always amazing stories. And every single valedictorian in this room today, you are a story. We could write a book about you. You could write a book about yourself, about your life, about your journey, about your family, and be a bestseller. So I just want to congratulate all of the valedictorians in this room today for this incredible event and incredible honor of what you've earned, and you all earned it. There's a few people I want to thank, and I'm not going to thank everyone in the room because it sounds like we're thanking everyone, but I want to thank the superintendent, Dr. Tommy Chang, for his great work. I want to thank his partner in this work, Jessica Tang, the president of the Boston Teachers Union. I want to thank Dr. Pam Edinger from Bunker Hill Community College. Thank you, Pam. I want to thank Sam Tyler, who's always a very active and important part of this. I think Sam's behind me. Thank you, Sam, as well for what you do. To all they've been asked already to stand up, to all the school leaders, thank you, the teachers, thank you, all the colleges that are represented here today who have sent people, thank you, all the colleges as well that are here today. That's another great thing about this event is that the colleges show up and they send representation from the schools, and I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank the members of the school committee for being here as well. I know Michael's going to talk about you in a minute, and I also want to just give a shout out to a couple of elected officials that are here. City Councilor Kim Janey's here. Thank you, Kim, for being with us today. City Councilor Nisra Sabi George is here. Thank you, Councilor George. I don't know if I know the elected officials here, but City Councilor Lydia Edwards is here. Thank you, Councilor Edwards. She's going to be sitting back there at the EC table in full force here. And I want to thank any other council. I'll get you if I didn't get you. I want to thank the council as well for being here. I also want to give a shout out to Chairman Mike LaConto, who raised $5,000 to support this lunch by running in the Boston Marathon. And this year, the Boston Marathon was not an easy run. So I want to thank you, Michael, for that. And I want to thank all the other sponsors who helped sponsor today's breakfast, luncheon. Thank you so much for your support. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to have a lunch in this beautiful place. And all the sponsors are in the book. So if you get a chance, you see them, thank them as well for their great support. On behalf of the City of Boston, I just want to, on behalf of my colleagues, I want to congratulate this year's valedictorians. You're an exceptional group of valedictorians, and I'm proud of what the class of 2018 says about our city. The 36 scholars that are here today paint a picture about Boston. Born in our neighborhoods. Some of them weren't born in our neighborhoods, some of them were born in different countries and came to our neighborhoods and were able to achieve at the highest levels. Some of the stories start out on the other side of the world, and I grew up in Dorchester. Some of you start across the street from me. So I want to just thank you for that. But no matter where your story or how your story started, and that's why I was talking about writing a book, you represent all the incredible promise that our city has to offer. You really do, and we're proud of that. Tyler, who was in the video, is going to speak in a few minutes, is a great example of that. I'm picking on Tyler because he comes from a working class neighborhood in Dorchester like me, and Councilor Nisra Sabi George. He grew up in the Boston Public Schools. He went to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dorchester. He developed his love for piano there, which is an important opportunity for when you think about when you walk into the club, you didn't expect that, or in your school, you didn't expect that. His hard work took him to Boston Arts Academy, and next year he'll be going to Bucknell, and that's an incredible accomplishment. I met so many other young people in here. All the schools, doesn't matter where you go, by the way, all the schools you go to are incredible. We're proud of all the schools. I was gonna start naming off schools, but then I'd forget somebody. So I started looking through the book, and I'm like, oh my God, what a diversity of schools here that you're all gonna go to, and congratulations on that as well. Another Boston story is Jean Alex. Jean came from Haiti in 2016. At first, she was shy about her language skill, but she excelled as she continued to get more engaged in her city, and quickly rose to the top of her school at the Boston Adult Technical Academy. After all she's been through, Jean is committed to helping others, and that's a story that was asked on the way in by the press to me about some of the challenges young people overcame. And Jean experienced an awful lot at home in Haiti, and now she's proud. She's heading to UMass Boston to pursue a career in nursing, and we're proud of you there, and as well as we're proud of every single young person in this room. And we want you to continue to, after you graduate, you enter the real world. Well, people say it's the real world, but I can honestly say that the young people that are graduating, you're living in the real world today. And many of you continue to push forward every single day. You're engaging in politics. To all the young people that got engaged this year after the horrible violence in Parkland, Florida, I want to thank you for letting your voices be heard, for pushing the conversation on gun control, and understanding that it's really important for you to stay active, because your voice is an important voice for the future of our city, of our state, of our country, of our world. It's important that you continue to do that, because you've made a difference in a lot of different ways. I appreciate that. You also need to know that your city and your country care deeply about each and every one of you. I say this all the time. Trust your gut. You know, trust that you make the right decisions. If your gut's saying to you it's not the right decision, then follow it. Follow that, because there's going to be important decisions that you're going to make as you move forward here. And there's going to be somebody standing up on the stage today that's going to get a recognition for being a valedictorian, that you're going to go on and do incredible things. Incredible things could be raising a family. Incredible things could be become President of the United States of America. But it's make sure you set your own path forward. Make sure you shoot for the stars. When I was a graduate in high school, I wanted to be in politics. Probably wanted to be mayor of Boston. But my focus wasn't on what it should have been. I went to college. I went to college for 1.5 years, and I made a decision to drop out of college because I thought I wanted to make money. And I didn't follow my gut then. I followed something in my head that says, well, you want to buy a new car, and you want to buy clothes, you want to buy this, you want to buy that. And I made that decision, and I thought I was happy making that decision. And about 1 year into it, I realized that I had made the wrong decision. Because some of my friends that went on to college were in their junior year, and then they were in their senior year, and then they graduated. And then they went on to do careers that they wanted, and I was still working in the construction area. And I realized for me, that's not where I wanted my life to be. I wanted to be in public office. And later on down the road, a little later on down the road, after some wrong turns and left and rights, I ended up going back to college. And I ran for office, and I was able to get elected as a state representative, which I went to school at night, worked as a representative in the daytime. And what one of my proudest accomplishments was when I went to Boston College at night. My last class, I finished my last class, I got in the car, the first person I called was my mother. I said, Mom, I graduated college tonight, or I'm going to graduate college in a couple of weeks, but I finished my last class tonight. And then I called 2 people that years before that said to me that if I drop out of school, I'll never go back, and I told them I would. And for me personally, those were 2 very proud phone calls, because 2 adults in my life that were friends of mine and our family challenged me. And their challenge stayed in my head for nearly 20 years for me to get that degree. And I'm just saying the story to all of you today, don't follow my path when it comes to college. You have an incredible opportunity. The schools that you're all going to that are in this brochure today, incredible schools. You have an opportunity to make an impact on people's lives right now. So I want you to just say, continue to push, continue to follow your dreams, continue to push what's important to us, because we have big challenges in front of us. as a country and as a world. Challenges like climate change. Many of you are going to continue to fight. Some of you might be passionate in climate change. Some of you might not even care about climate change. But it's something that we're all going to care about at some point. Gender equity. All the women in the room. We need to make sure that when you hit the workforce, that the conversations that we're having today about men being paid, women being paid the same as men, that those conversations don't exist anymore. Because that's not what it should be. But you're going to be able to have opportunities when you're in college to push to make sure that if a man does this job and a woman does the same exact job, she should be paid the same exact amount of money for it. And those are things that you're going to be pushing for. Racial justice, a conversation that's happening in America. It's been happening in America for 10, 20, 30, 40 years now. And now it's an opportunity for us as a country to move forward. And it's important for us to continue to fight for racial justice. Those are some of the issues that you're going to be fighting on. And it's important that you continue to move forward. Your city needs your talent. Your city needs your wisdom. Your city needs your skill. And I want you to say one other thing, and I can't tell you when you graduate where you're going to go work, but please try and stay in Boston, because we want to keep you here. We want to keep the talent here in the city of Boston, because many of you are going to become scientists or artists or policymakers. The path is going to take you in very different directions, and wherever it takes you, and all kidding aside, you will be ambassadors for the city of Boston, and you will be ambassadors for the Boston Public School System to show what's great about our district. So I just want to end by saying, I am proud of our city. I am proud of the kids in our city. I'm proud of the kids that grew up in our city and born in our city. I'm proud of the immigrants that came to this country, that came to our schools, like many of you, 47% of you, and have raised to the ranks to the highest achievements in your own personal schools. I am proud of that. We're going to continue to talk about that. And I just want to once again congratulate the class of 2018. I can't wait to see what all of you are going to do next.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh. And now I want to bring up the chair of the Boston School Committee, Michael Lecanto.
Well, thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Mayor, for mentioning the marathon. I am almost dry. I think today's heat and humidity outside might help with that. And by the way, the weather is great. This is my 5th Valedictorians Luncheon. My first as chair. And I got to say, we always have the sun shining on this day, and that's for many reasons, but it's certainly for the reasons of all the achievement and success in this room. First, I want to thank again Callie Crossley for that introduction. It's truly a pleasure to be here. I think you've heard from everyone in this room, one of our favorite events of the year, certainly my favorite event, and I know I spoke to a number of people on the way in as well, and it's just such a great thing to see all the good stories and all the achievement, hear about all the achievement that we have, the good things that are going on in BPS. And I want to take a moment first before I get into my speech to just recognize a few of my fellow members. We have Ms. Jerry Robinson, Ms. Regina Robinson, and Michael O'Neill here from the school committee as well. So thank you, colleagues, for joining us today. Our Vice Chair, Dr. Hardin Coleman, Dr. Maren Uriarte, and Alexandra Oliver Davila are traveling and aren't able to join us today, but they send their best wishes and wanted me to congratulate each and every one of you on their behalf. Now, you've heard it many times, but I want to add myself to the chorus as well, and I know my colleagues do. We want to give one more round of applause to the parents, the teachers, the guidance counselors, the school leaders, and most of all, the students in the room today. Now, you might have heard this is the 20th anniversary of the Valedictorians Luncheon, and as I mentioned, it's my first as a chairperson, so I'm trying to keep this as short and as sweet as possible. This began as a small gathering at the Parkman House. For many of you that might not know, that's the mayor's official residence on Beacon Hill, and it's been used over the more recent times as a gathering place for significant city events. And so I can't think of a better place for that this event to have started. But we're so happy to have you here at this wonderful venue each year, and we're capable of doing this because of our generous sponsors, many of whom answer that call year after year. So I want to make sure that I thank all of our sponsors, many of whom are in the room today, including the Boston Foundation, the Shaw Family Foundation, Eastern Bank, I believe, is over in the corner here as well, and Stewart Healthcare. So quite simply, we couldn't do this without you, and we thank you again. Now, as the mayor mentioned a few moments ago, this event celebrates and highlights the rich diversity of our city. 2/3 of our valedictorians are young women. 42% were born outside of the United States, representing 10 different countries and 4 continents. Others have spent their entire academic career in BPS. Whether you grew up with a Boston accent or a newcomer who learned English here, or maybe learned their Boston accent here like myself as a second language, you are part of the fabric of this community, and you make us proud. I'm thinking specifically about Leah Barros, I knew I was going to make that mistake, of Brighton High School, who I had the pleasure of meeting a little bit earlier. She's here with her father, Paulo. Leah is originally from Cape Verde, and she lives with her grandmother in the South End while her mother resides in Cape Verde, working long hours to provide for their extended family. Even though they live apart, her mother's unconditional love, support, and guidance has fueled Leah's determination and accomplishments with her success in high school and beyond. Now, just like Mr. Long, who you'll be hearing from in a little bit, Ms. Barros is a recipient of the Posse Scholarship, and she'll be attending Hamilton College in New York State this fall, where she'll plan to major in biology and pursue a career in medical research. Ms. Barros, you have our support, and we wish you the best next year. I also heard from the mayor a little bit earlier, everyone in this room has their own personal stories of resilience, that drive, that unbreakable spirit that has led you here today and will serve you well in your life. You're still teenagers, yet you've already proven that there is nothing you can't do when you put your mind to it. And you've made us all so proud. Take a look around this room. We've heard it many times today, and you'll hear it many more. No one's beaming more than your parents, your grandparents, your sisters, your family members, your headmasters, your teachers, all that supported you along the way. Today's a special day for them as well. They believed in you, and you rose to the occasion. Our mayor, our school committee, our superintendent, all of us are committed to providing the best public education in this country. That's what we work towards every day, raising quality while expanding equity and access. But it's up to the students to take advantage of the opportunities that we've provided, and you've done that. Now, brevity is the soul of wit, so I want to close very quickly by wishing you well. I know that many of you will move on to college and successful careers, and you'll continue to make us proud in each of those endeavors. But I ask you, please, remember the gift you've been given, the gift of a first-class public education, and commit to giving back. Become a physician in one of our neighborhood community health centers. Become an artist that comes back to enrich the cultural fabric of this city. Or consider taking on the most urgent need that we have that we can speak to you today. Become a teacher in the Boston Public Schools. We need you here in Boston to keep our dynamic city thriving. Thank you again for leaving a legacy that will inspire the next generation of BPS students, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Michael Locanto. And now our next speaker has made equity, coherence, and innovation the guiding values of his work. Please welcome Boston Public Schools Superintendent Tommy Chang.
Good afternoon. As every previous speaker has said, this is the best event of the year. There is only good news to share today. I want to thank Callie again for the introduction and for serving as host again for this event. Thank you, Mayor Walsh, as always, for your dedication to young people in this city. We're so grateful for your unwavering dedication to Boston Public Schools. I want to recognize Chief Ron Dorsey, who is also here with us today. Ron Dorsey is Chief of Education for the City of Boston. Chairman Lecanto, thank you for your words, your commitment to young people, all the school committee members who are here. And then my personal just thank you to the parents, to the educators, to all the supporters and mentors of our young people in the city. Thank you for everything you do for young people of Boston. I give you a round of applause. And then to the young people, congratulations. This is a huge accomplishment, but there is so much more for you to accomplish. I also just want to do one last thank you. I just want to extend our deep gratitude to Boston Foundation, Eastern Bank, Shaw Family Foundation, and Stewart Healthcare for your support in making this event happen. Mr. Lecanto did run 26.2 miles and raise almost $5,000, but this was a team effort to make sure that this event is special for all the valedictorians. Mr. Lecanto, I know you said that was your last marathon, your first and last, but hopefully you keep that up. I just want to say a few things about our valedictorians in general. I think you've heard that many of our valedictorians were not born in this country. They were immigrants in this country. They came to this country with big hopes and dreams, and now they're literally the top in their class. But I also want to say that 47% of the valedictorians in Boston Public Schools are what we're calling homegrown. That means they went from kindergarten to 12th grade, all in Boston Public Schools. This is a city where you can get an amazing education from pre-K to 12 to higher ed. You can get an education for the rest of your lives in this city. It just literally, in a 10-mile radius, there's like 35 institutions of colleges and universities. And you can get a degree in whatever you want in this city. And in there's such deep history around education, and you literally, all the valedictorians in this room, you've made it to the top in the highest performing urban school system in the country. You should all be very, very proud. Tyler, who you will hear from later today, is just one of many inspiring stories. I also want to talk about two others. Sydney Bossier from Charlestown. You made it. Did you make it? Yes. She actually joined Boston Public Schools in her 10th grade from New York City. She won the MCAS scholarship in her first year in BPS. She's on the National Honor Society. She won the Dartmouth Alumni Club Book Award and was accepted into the Newland Scholarship Program. She's been completing college coursework. She's participated in the Judicial Youth Corps. She's been a translator for lawyers and judges. She has sat in on some high-profile cases at the Suffolk County Superior Court. She even presented a mock murder case to a federal judge. There's a few other bullet points here. I'm not going to go through all of them. Incredible. But she is going to Bowdoin College in Maine. Of course, with a full ride, right? That's awesome. And Canby Mal from the Henderson K-12. Let me tell. So I had an opportunity to meet Canby a couple of months ago, and Canby, your story made me cry. Born and raised by a single father in Dorchester. His dad always had huge aspirations for him, and Canby credits his father for the man that he is today. He's a co-captain of the debate team. He's played intramural sports. He's a member of the travel writing club. He's won a citywide art contest. He is president of Strong Men, Strong Leaders, which is a program at the Henderson School. He is the Henderson's first Posse Scholar. And I know there are some other Posse Scholars. Raise your hand if you're a Posse Scholar. That's awesome. These Posse Scholars are incredible young people who have done so much and accomplished so much, and they want to give back to others. Everybody has gone through that Posse Scholar, and I've had some former students that have gotten that scholarship. They rise up to be leaders in our communities. And Canby will be attending Center College in Kentucky next year, of course on a full ride. So let's give him a round of applause again. These valedictorians, they've overcome so much, but they are successful because they set a vision for themselves. They put a plan together. They work with others. They work with adults and peers. And when things don't go well, they understand it's okay to change course. I think the mayor mentioned that in his own life story as well. And those are the type of skills that you are practicing that you will need when you're adults. Canby and Sydney, they're just two examples of leaders in Boston Public Schools. I've been switching up one of my message points. I usually say the young people in BPS are the leaders of tomorrow. The reality is you are the leaders of today. The young people are looking at me today. I'm actually looking back at you in admiration, because it's your generation that will solve our country's most deeply rooted issues, whether it's social justice, whether it's racial justice, whether it's issues around gun violence. It's you who will solve these problems. When I look at my generation, I do fear. I do fear if we can actually solve some of these deep problems. But when I see you taking charge, young people taking charge in this city and in cities across the country, I have so much more hope for the next generation of leaders. With today's event, with today's wonderful event, and seeing all the bright and young minds in this room, I'm more assured than ever that the young people in this room will be our leaders of this city and of this country. Lastly, valedictorians, you've worked really hard to get to this point. I know you have been supported by all the people in this room and beyond this room. Continue calling upon us to support you. We will never, ever forget how you have changed our lives, and we will always be there for you. Continue working hard. We are all very proud of you, and we are here to support you wherever your journeys may take you. Congratulations.
And now, representing all of you, students that is, valedictorians, it's my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, the valedictorian of Boston Arts Academy, Tyler Lung.
Hello. I'd first like to say that I am grateful to be here, existing in the same room with other students who carry the same drive for success as I do. I'm sure that we are all deserving of our rankings, and I'm equally sure that we've all given up many hours of sleep to accomplish our assignments and projects, perhaps even sacrificing a little piece of ourselves in the process. However, I don't like to think that I'm the smartest person in my class, or even the hardest working student in my class. There exist individuals who perform better, test higher, think faster than me. There also exist individuals who study longer, push harder, and apply themselves much more than I. I'm here because I took every opportunity I had to further my knowledge. But that does not mean, however, that my classmates who chose not to take these opportunities are less of a genius than I am. I've been in Boston public schools my entire life, and it's taken me this long to realize this. Since kindergarten, both my sisters and I have gone to the same school all the way up until 8th grade. Yet never before have any of us been placed in an environment where different thought processes existed simultaneously. I was taught to study, do well in testing, answer this question first and you'll get a homework pass. All the traditional ways of a classroom. But when I entered high school, my time at Boston Arts Academy has taught me that every individual is a genius of their own. There are kids who did well at taking in information from lectures, other students who excelled on hands-on experiences, and students who aren't the traditional Einstein geniuses, but the Beethovens, the Shakespeares, the Leonardo da Vinci's. Every morning at 7:35 a.m., I would walk down a hallway to take stairs that goes up to the 2nd floor and 3rd floor. At my school, students aren't allowed to leave the floor until 7:45 a.m., but I like to sneak up there because I feel like a rebel sometimes. On my way to these stairs, there's a quote from Albert Einstein that's painted on the walls. It says, "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." I really love this quote because not only is it saying that everyone is a genius, it's also saying that I'm a fish. And ever since I've read this quote, I've been telling people that I'm actually part fish. But in all seriousness, I believe that we are all metaphorically a fish. And yes, high school does feel like you're a confused fish flopping around trying to breathe in a world you can't. But we are still a fish expected to climb this tree, and we've done it. Every single person in this room has climbed this tree. How we did it is a secret of our own. Our process of overcoming this obstacle may be completely different from the person next to us. But from this point on, I ask myself this question: what do I do with this secret? Now that the tree have been climbed, will I choose to share my secret or let the other fish flop down at the bottom of the tree? The obvious choice is to help. After you reach the top, it seems right to share your secret, right? Wrong. We've waited too long to hold our hands out. While we were busy climbing this tree, we've abandoned our friends at the bottom to figure it out on their own. Only when we've completed the job to secure first place have we decided to help after. This may just be high school, but will we do the same in the real world? Ask yourself this, as I did. Do you want to become a leader after you've claimed the top? To know that you'll be moving forward while others fail and stay behind? Or do you want to lead your peers to the top and make sure that no one gets left behind? Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. We've made it, class of 2018. Congratulations, we've made it. But our accomplishments means nothing if we aren't there for our fellow classmates, peers, and fellow humans. This label that we've all worked so hard for shows that we are capable of becoming future leaders. So the next time we're expected to climb a tree, let's do it together, as a school of fish, not as an individual. Thank you.
Wow, Tyler, talk about some food for thought. You've really given us some. That was such an inspiring speech. Thank you so much. Now we're going to get down to business, and that means giving everybody your recognition up here at the front. It's a two-part process, one that has been carefully put together by the woman with all the energy and the talent, Liz Sullivan, BPS Secretary. so we're going to follow her instructions. The schools will be called in alphabetical order, so when I read your name, please step forward to collect your gift, have your picture taken with the mayor, Chairperson LaConta, and the superintendent, and each student will receive a citation and an Amazon gift card. And then after your photo is taken, return to your table. At the end of the entire program, after everybody has come forward, everybody goes out as a group. I know you'll be excited, but don't stop to be excited. Go out as a group to take a photo, right? Two-part process. So let's get started. The valedictorians of the class of 2018 from another course to college, Christopher Lara. Christopher is a reflective and focused young man whose humility and down-to-earth nature belie his academic gifts and unshakable work habits. He is an effective communicator with a curious mind. This fall, Christopher will attend UMass Lowell, where he will be the first person in his family to attend college. Way to go, Christopher! From Boston Adult Technical Academy, Jean Marley Alexis. Jean moved to the United States from Haiti just 2 years ago. She quickly found a new home at Bata, where she has persevered and grown in her academic capabilities and her self-confidence. Jean will attend UMass Boston, where she will be the first person in her family to attend college. She plans to pursue a career in nursing. Well done, Jean. From Boston Arts Academy, please welcome back our student speaker, Tyler the Fish Long. Tyler was born and raised in Boston and has spent his entire academic career in Boston Public Schools. He's a talented pianist whose passion for the arts has served him well as the top student at Boston Arts Academy. Both of Tyler's sisters are alums of BAA, and his sister Luna was BAA's valedictorian back in 2014. How's that for a family legacy? Tyler has earned a Posse Scholarship to Bucknell University. From Boston Community Leadership Academy, we're going to give honor to Bees Mary Tavares Rosario. She's unable to join us today, but Francine Locker, headmaster, is here to accept on her behalf. Bees Mary immigrated from the Dominican Republic just 2 years before arriving at BCLA. Bees Mary persevered and has since earned a proficiency level of 5.1 out of 6 on the state English language proficiency test. She enjoys tennis, volleyball, and dance, and is an avid reader. Bees Mary's hard work and determination has earned her a full scholarship to Northeastern University. From Boston Day and Evening Academy, Tanya Feliz. Tanya struggled at her previous high school before finding a home at BDEA, where she graduated last April with a perfect 4.0 GPA. Last year, she participated in an internship at Vertex Pharmaceuticals and will do so again this coming summer. This fall, she will study molecular biology at Bryn Mawr College, where she has earned a Posse Scholarship. From Boston Green Academy, Alexander Gritsitsin. Alex immigrated from Uzbekistan in 2015 with a minimal understanding of English. After spending a year in UMass Boston's intensive ELS program, Alex enrolled at Boston Green Academy and has become an integral part of the BGA community. He was a driving force behind the BGA Community Garden, which ultimately earned him the BIDMC Environmental Champion Student Award. Alex will attend Northeastern University and plans to pursue a career in environmental sustainability. From Boston International High School, Ardit Briskaj. Ardit immigrated with his family from Albania, 2015. When he's not doing schoolwork, Ardit enjoys learning Romanian and reading facts about other countries. He plans to pursue a career in computer science because he believes that technology helps him better understand the world around him. Ardit is headed to UMass Lowell, where he will also be the first person in his family to attend college. From Boston Latin Academy, Ambria Coakley. Ambria Coakley is not only an impressive scholar, but a truly exemplary student leader within the BLA community. Ambria has a passion for sciences, which was reinforced through courses like AP Biology and through her internship experience through Project Success at Harvard Medical School. She aspires to become a doctor and supply medical care to those who need it most, perhaps through Doctors Without Borders. Ambria is elated to be attending Spelman College in the fall. She will study, what else? Pre-med. From Boston Latin School, Jonathan Yuen. Jonathan is an A+ student who has challenged himself with an overload of AP courses, excelling in all of them. He has a passion for the classics and competes in classical competitions that test his knowledge of Latin and mythology. Jonathan is also a dedicated musician who plays both the tuba and the piano. This talented young man will continue his studies at Harvard University. From Brighton High School, Leah Barros. Originally from Cape Verde, Leah lives in the South End with her grandmother, while her mother resides in Cape Verde, working long hours to provide for the family. Leah is a member of the National Honor Society, debate team, robotics team, and math club, and has fulfilled many hours of community service. As a recipient of the Posse Scholarship, Leah will attend Hamilton College, where she plans to major in biology and pursue a career in medical research. From the Jeremiah E. Burke High School, Muhammad Youssef. Muhammad was born in Somalia and immigrated to the United States with his family when he was just 7 months old. Muhammad found learning English as a second language extremely difficult, but through hard work, he learned to read, speak, and write English by the 2nd grade. Muhammad plans to major in business management, where he attends Bentley College in the fall. His long-term goal is to start his own business. From Charlestown High School, Sydney Boussiere. Born and raised in New York, Sydney has earned high honors during her 3 years at Charlestown High. She is the recipient of the Dartmouth Book Award and has completed courses at Wheelock College through the Noonan Scholars Program. Sydney's teachers describe her as a powerhouse, ready to change the world with her passion for social justice. She has earned a full academic scholarship to Bowdoin College in Maine. Vince Vila from Community Academy is unable to join us, but I want to tell you about him. He's an amazing young man who manages to do well in school, hold down a part-time job, and volunteer with a youth soccer team in his community on the weekends. Vince will also be the first in his family to attend college when he continues his studies next fall at Bunker Hill Community College. Let's hear it for Vince. From Community Academy of Science and Health, Aleda Aldana, the child of El Salvadorian immigrants. Aleda has spent her entire academic career in the Boston Public Schools. In addition to her dedication to her studies, she is a committed member of the Build On Service Learning Program and the One Goal Program. Aleda is a proud recipient of the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. She will attend the University of Massachusetts Amherst. From Dearborn STEM Academy, Mario Lopez. Mario moved to Boston from Cape Verde in middle school. His teachers describe Mario Lopez as a humble, family-oriented young man who is always smiling and helping his classmates. His passions are math, computer science, and soccer. He will be attending UMass Dartmouth this fall. From Dorchester Academy, Brandon Saya. Brandon has been a shining star at Dorchester Academy. His teachers describe him as a role model who consistently puts forth true spirit of caring and motivation to help others. They also say his smile can light up a room. Let's see that smile. Brandon is already a student at Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology, where he is the first person in his family to attend college. From East Boston High School, Uvia Satyamurthy, with a weighted GPA of, get this, 5.73, Uvia still finds time for extracurricular activities. I don't know how. She is president of the National Honor Society, an actress and artist with the Theater Society, a mathlete, and editor for the Art Room Poetry Journal. Uvia will spend this summer working as a programmer for e-research technology in Charlestown before heading to Brown University. From the English High School, Nabi Diallo. Nabi embodies the English High School's motto of honor, achievement, and service to mankind. In a society that too often treats these virtues as unrealistic or somewhat dated, Nabi continuously reaffirms the high standards we place on our students that are not only attainable, but should serve as a mere starting point. Nabi has made a manful decision to lift up his fellow classmates as part of his journey. Next year, Nabi will attend Northeastern University on a full scholarship. From Excel High School, V. Tren. Driven and unassuming with a thirst for knowledge, V is a self-motivated, confident, and competent young lady. Last year, she led her JROTC academic JV squad to a first-place finish in her Boston citywide scholastic competition. V has also earned a full scholarship to Northeastern University, where she plans to study science or medicine. From Fenway High School, Robert Arias Nevar. Robert is also known as the professor at Fenway High School, where he is a role model and leader. He is a former special education student who has an impeccable work ethic. Robert seeks challenges wherever he can find them, through the debate league, through summer classes at Harvard, and through his many internships. Robert will continue challenging himself at the College of Holy Cross. From Greater Eggleston Community High School, Kaya Robert. Raised by a single mother, Kaya was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension when she was 8 years old. Kaya was determined not to let her illness slow her down, and she successfully completed high school in just 3 years. Her ultimate plans are either to become a neonatal nurse practitioner or an elementary school teacher. Her next stop is Bunker Hill Community College. From the Henderson K-12 Inclusion School, Canby Mao. Raised by his single mother, Canby has lived his entire life beating expectations. At the Henderson, Canby gained a prominent reputation among faculty and students alike, where he served as co-captain of the debate team, played intramural sports, was a member of the travel writing club, won a citywide art contest, and served as the president of Strong Men, Strong Leaders, a character-building organization for young men of color. Canby is the Henderson School's first Posse Scholar Scholar and will attend Centre College in the fall. All right, from the Horace Mann School for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, this is Aricette Marie Cruz. Hands up, everybody. Aricette has been a student at the Horace Mann School since the age of 6. In addition to being gifted academically, she is also a strong leader, excelling in everything she sets out to do. She has been a valued member of the basketball team, student government president, and is always the friendliest person in the room. Aricette will continue her educational journey at Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., where she plans to pursue a degree in special education. Another round of applause for Aricette. From the Edward M. Kennedy Academy for Health Careers, Carlia Dabble. Carlia is a bright young woman with a passion for science. She has been a part of Crimson Summer Academy for 4 years. While part of the Vertex Science Fair Mentorship Program, her team designed a pair of glasses that would accurately measure the dimensions of someone's face to give them a better fitting pair of glasses. I need that. Carlia has earned a full ride to Northeastern University, where she plans to study biomedical engineering. From the Mary Lyon Pilot High School, Aya El Hassan. Born in Abu Dhabi, Aya is one of 7 children who moved to the U.S. with her family 5 years ago. Aya has already earned college credits through a dual enrollment program and has received a full scholarship. Let me pause here, because this is the #1 premier women's college in the world. That's Wellesley College. I'm an alum. She loves helping people, plans to become a doctor. Just in case you didn't know, I'm an alum. Okay. From Madison Park Technical Vocational High School, Ardo Ali. Ardo has excelled as a radio and television broadcasting student at the city's only technical vocational school. She enjoys a visual media production where she can harness the power of storytelling to bring about social and economic change. Ardo has earned 18 college credits through RocksMap, a program that ensures that all students have the support, experience, and preparation needed to access a high-demand career and post-secondary pathway. Ardo attends Bucknell University as a Posse Scholar, where she plans to pursue a degree in international relations and business. From McKinley Preparatory High School, Marissa Lau. Marissa is a scholar, an athlete, and an artist. She is an avid runner who has been involved in the Soul Train therapeutic running group. She has also worked with Skanska Construction on the joint mural project between, that's not right, it's Skanska and the McKinley. Okay, I'll get it. This triple threat is headed to Bunker Hill Community College. Way to go, Marissa. From McKinley South End Academy, Francesca Salamanca. Francesca, better known as Frankie at school, is one of a set of triplets who has worked hard to overcome personal struggles to graduate. Francesca has developed self-confidence and has learned to persevere when faced with new and challenging obstacles, skills she has learned in part from her idol, Maya Angelou. Frankie will attend LaSalle College as a fashion design major. From Margarita Muniz Academy, Amy Ortiz. Amy is a proud graduate of the Rafael Hernandez K-8 school at Muniz Academy. She has been a member of Harvard Crimson Summer Academy, the Yearbook Committee, Student Government, the Peer Leaders Program, and the volleyball team. Amy also teaches at the Hurley's K-8 school's after-school program. She will be the first person in her family to attend college when she enters Wesleyan University this fall. From New Mission High School, Philomena De Silva. Philomena moved to the United States from Cape Verde at the age of 10. Her family battled language and financial issues, but her dogged determination, wit, and perseverance have allowed her to climb to the top of her class. Next year, she will continue her studies at the prestigious Dartmouth College. She plans to later continue her studies in law school to become an immigration lawyer. She hopes to give a voice to the voiceless. Let's hear it for this remarkable young woman. From the John D. O'Brien School of Mathematics and Science, Uween Chu. Uween immigrated to the United States with her family from Vietnam in 2008. At the O'Brien, she serves as the president at her school's recycling club while juggling a challenging array of AP courses. She is also an active member of her Vietnamese community, where she volunteers and translates every weekend at her local food pantry. The first in her family to go to college, she will be attending Tufts University with a full ride. From the Joshua Quincy Upper School, Judy Lamb. Judy has balanced her academics at the Quincy's International Baccalaureate program and with a boatload of extracurricular activities, including basketball, art club, piano club, and the robotics club. Last summer, Judy represented Quincy Upper at the IB Student World Conference in London. In the fall, Judy will attend Northeastern University as a valedictorian scholar with a focus on STEM. The sky is the limit for Judy. We got to get these pictures right. Hold on. There we go. Leave it to a STEM student to figure it out. All right, may everybody smile. There you go. Yay. From the Muriel S. Snowden International School at Copley, Catherine Oliver. Catherine is an avid rower who has spent the last 4 years participating in Row Boston, a rowing program available to all BPS students. She also took advantage of Snowden's International Baccalaureate program and is slated to receive her IB diploma this summer. Lucky for us, Catherine isn't going far. She has earned a full scholarship at Northeastern University. From Tech Boston Academy, Alicia Vernette. Born in Haiti, Alicia came to the U.S. when she was 3 and attended the Chittick for elementary school. She says she just always knew that working hard would allow her to get far. At Tech Boston, she is involved in student government and athletics and is a known leader throughout the building. Alicia has an amazing positive attitude and a permanent smile on her face. She will be joining Catherine and many of the other valedictorians here today at Northeastern University. From Urban Science Academy, Stephen Cajuste. Stephen's family moved to Boston after the earthquake in Haiti in 2011. He credits his mother's determination to support his family with giving him the motivation to do well in school. He says he is grateful for the opportunities that he has been given and is mindful of the countless people in Haiti who do not have access to such opportunities. Stephen will continue his journey at the prestigious Dartmouth College. And last but certainly not least, from West Roxbury Academy, please welcome Pamela Cheu. Originally from Albania, Pamela has excelled in every area of student life. She continuously extends herself to be of assistance to other students, helping classmates with MCAS prep and serving as an ESL and math tutor. Pamela will continue her studies this fall at where else? Northeastern University. Before we have one more round of applause for the valedictorians, Just a reminder, all valedictorians go immediately to gather outside on the dock behind me for a group photo. So now, one big rousing applause for valedictorians of the class of 2008.